My dear friends, I am truly grateful to all of you who are following this channel and watching and listening to its very diverse content. Mind the Shift is approaching the 10,000 subscribers mark, which is amazing. And I really appreciate your lovely remarks, insights, and tips in the comment section. They give me ideas, new ideas. It is a little bit odd how the number of views on different videos go up and down. It has to do, of course, with your lines of interest, and it has to do with the YouTube algorithms, I'm sure. And when it comes to certain topics, especially COVID matters that are still considered controversial, I strongly suspect there's a subtle suppression going on. You might call it shadow banning, perhaps, soft kind of censorship. Anyway, the scope of this podcast, as you know, as you've noticed, is very broad. I just can't help myself. I'm interested in so many areas. I just want to know who we are, what we are, where we come from, and where we're headed. Now, I realize that many of you are probably interested in just one or two or maybe three of the many topics that I cover here. And they are, broadly speaking, the following: human origins and lost civilizations, consciousness and purpose of life, UFOs and extraterrestrial life, science, climate and health, power and money, sex and gender, and psychology and philosophy. And they are often intertwined, of course. There are no fixed boundaries between any topics or anything in this world, in this life, really. But just to make it simple to organize things, I have organized the videos in these different categories. So what subject matter would you like me to focus more on? There is actually a survey about this at the top of the feed on my Patreon site. Now, I am abysmally bad at promoting myself, at marketing myself. I love making these videos, but I can't make a living on the channel, and it's a bit of a catch-22 because if I did make notable amounts of money off it, I would probably invest more time and resources in it, and I would create more stuff and more time-consuming videos, probably. But I don't, and that's why I still have to focus most of my professional work on other things, such as taking assignments for news magazines and organizations and the like. Now, I've been filling up my Patreon page with stuff since the beginning of the year, but I haven't felt comfortable marketing it very much. And so I have how many patrons to date? I still have 0 patrons. So obviously, I would be immensely grateful if just a few of you in this beautiful audience would like to support me and my channel, what I do here, with $1.50 a month or more if you can, by clicking on the Patreon symbol in the channel description if you're on a smartphone, or in the banner if you're on a computer. You can also make a one-off donation on PayPal. There's a link in the description to this video. How cool and amazing it would be if we could grow a community on Patreon and have chats and discussions about things, about life, about the world. So what's next? Well, in a few days, I have an interview with a super interesting neuroscientist who was a hardcore materialist, but has now found scientific proof of spiritual experience. Her name is Mona Sobhani. And I've booked 3 or more interviews that will air from August and September, but beginning in August. More vlogs and video stories are in the pipeline as well. I will more or less close down the shop for 3 or 4 weeks in July and early August. I will be traveling around Europe, but maybe I'll post something from those travels as well. We'll see. Again, thank you. See you around. Love you. Bye.